podcast number 1 of the best marriage ever. We're coming to you fresh out of my little office. So we had a little bit of a struggle figuring out actually what we should talk about first. There's a million things we could talk about, but where do you start? And we carved out some time. We have 6 kids, 2 grandkids. Most of them live at home. And so you could imagine it's very hard to carve out time, or it can be. We've actually become very good at it, I feel like. I feel like we get great time together. And I feel like we have a ton of fun together. And we somehow make it work. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's something that people might have questions about, is how, they always actually ask us that. How do you guys look like you're alive after having 6 kids? And yeah, I don't even know. I feel like we've just made that investment into each other and into our relationship. What do you think?
I think we have priorities, and one of our priorities is that at least once a week we dedicate a whole half day and night, the whole from half a day until the evening, to being together, doing something special. The time is set aside and we don't do anything, we do it whatever we're going to do together. And so that has become a priority.
That wasn't always a priority, though. Well, I mean, it was, but we didn't always do that.
Well, we struggled with it for some time.
Yeah.
And we've also made it a priority to keep our own selves in a state that we can do that, right? Yeah. Like even health-wise or whatever. And those days that we do hang out, it's usually Friday night, we have our date night. But we don't always go out on a date or whatever, but we always dress up, we dress nice, we dress for each other, we dress for ourselves or whatever.
Yeah.
We get, we make it special and set apart.
That's actually been, I think, a huge thing, just dressing up. Mm-hmm. Like dressing nicely and making it feel like this is really nice, even if we're just doing nothing.
Right.
At least for me, I never did that when we were younger. Never. And I let you influence me in that way.
I always did.
I wasn't going to, it took me a while, but I wasn't going to let her dress up while I looked all shabby forever. And I finally caught the, caught that influence from you, which I'm glad. I love it now. I love to go and feel like as good as I can about myself.
Right.
And I like to do that with you.
I do too. I feel like you have a different posture. You have a different, not you, but just each person in general.
Been a little stiff.
No. You hold yourself differently when you're dressed nice, and so on our date nights we make a point to get dressed and dress nice, and hair and makeup.
I don't do any of that.
We go all out though.
I do 0 hair and 0 makeup. I go like this. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah, so that's been a priority, and lately, in probably the past 5-ish years, we've made our health a priority. Not our health, because that was always a priority, to be healthy, but
we've been intentional.
physically healthy and mobile, and to really be intentional about making sure that our bodies can keep up with what our minds and hearts want for each other and from each other.
Yeah, definitely. That's, I think, a big transition in midlife too, is, I used to be a pro bodyboarder, and so I was just in the ocean 24/7. And so that kept me fit. But now that I'm not quite going as much. I'm not. It doesn't keep my interest as much, so it's harder for me to go. I'm more interested in learning and in studying and meeting with people and work and these other things. So I'm not motivated to be in the water like 5 hours a day anymore. And so I've had to make, staying healthy, staying fit, like
You've
actually
had
a
to make it
priority.
a priority because
Yeah.
it was your lifestyle,
Yeah.
and now when it transitioned,
Yeah.
you had to make it. You had to put effort into it.
Yeah. So I'll go on bike rides, or I'll go on hikes, or go to swimming holes and swim around and do little workouts by myself in the wilderness. Or I'll go to the gym with you and work out there. I like to be outside, and so I tend to want to do my workouts in outdoors under the sun. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's been a big.
And it's made a big difference, I think, because we're proud. When we go out, we feel good. We feel strong and healthy and confident. And that's something that, working out and being healthy.
Yeah, and I feel like feeling like you're attractive is something that feeds your thoughts about your spouse all day.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I feel good about myself, I'm like, I can't wait till my wife gets to see me. And she's probably just thinking about how good she looks. And she's thinking, man, I can't wait for my husband to see me.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
It's a little skewed in
Wait,
one
what is the
direction.
word? Uh,
What?
Narcissistic.
Narcissistic.
Mutually narcissistic.
Yeah, maybe. But it's fun. At least we're aware that we're narcissistic in that way. If that's even the right word. I don't know.
I
if it
don't
is.
know if it is, but
It's probably not.
it benefits each other. So
Yeah, and I think that I enjoy it. I like we're in like a fantasy world together, it feels like.
yeah, well, we have fun. We make it
We
a
have so
special.
much fun.
We get dressed up. We've
We
like
find
we've worked
adventures.
hard all week.
Yeah.
Separately, we've
We
worked
work super
our
hard.
butts off. Like worked so hard, and Friday is like our reward. Like it's
Yeah.
Friday, and we
And
get
Saturday too sometimes.
yeah the
Especially
weekend.
lately. The weekend.
But for us, like
Yeah.
Friday's dedicated to us, and we set aside everything. I do my whole shower routine, which takes like hours after like shower and
She
all
gets
that.
herself ready.
Yeah, ready.
Really ready for me.
Every
100% for
single
me.
week, every week, at least once, sometimes multiple times a week, and then get all dressed up, and then we might just go share a pizza somewhere, or we might go look at the sunset, or we might just go like eat a quick like frozen pizza at home, and then go out and get a drink somewhere and just listen to live music or
We'll go dancing.
yeah, whatever. But
We
it's
find
special.
fun actually. It's
Yeah.
more often than not we find, and we're spontaneous. We tend to be spontaneous more than planning. But
Well, I
how
feel like we plan, but we're open to spontaneous.
yeah.
And if something better comes up, then we're like,
in
let's do that.
in
'Cause that's
Ojai,
better.
it's like 24/7 spontaneity.
Right.
Like all day, every day there's random fun stuff going on or wilderness stuff. And so if you kind of follow the hints, you'll end up in like the most magical environments, it seems like.
Yeah.
Like this past weekend there's like 3 different amazing things.
There were so many things happening on Friday night or Saturday night. I think it was
Both
Saturday
things.
night that we had to be like, which one of these 3 or 4 things
Should we do?
should we do? And we had friends at all of them, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll do this one. That we picked one but that's a special thing about Ojai.
So
too.
part of this that I want to mention right now, because we have a desire, I mean, I have more of a desire, I think, But no, you want to help people too. We have a desire to like, because we weren't always like we were struggling for big chunks of our
Mm-hmm.
relationship, and we found like I think a pathway through it all, and now we're in this place where it'd be really hard for us to be struggling. I think, ever again. I don't want to say that and have us start struggling again, but
Well, we struggle. I mean,
we
every
struggle in small ways.
yeah, but
But the
yes,
big struggles
yeah,
are behind us, I hope.
yeah. Well, we the struggles now are more short-lived because we've learned to we
Yeah.
have tools to get through them faster and not let it drag
Yes.
on for a year.
Yes. That's the truth.
And so some things that maybe we would have dragged on for a year, months or a year or years, now it's like 24 hours and we're like,
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it lasts a day or two.
yeah.
Yeah, we've gotten way better at communication, especially with stuff that is offenses of the heart.
Yeah, where
We're
we're
way
so offended
faster.
and then
Yeah.
and
But
they
we'll
still
get super offended at each other.
yeah, it still
We get
happens.
like this week we got super offended
Like
at each other.
tonight and
Tonight a
two
little bit.
hours ago.
2 hours we got a little bit offended.
I
She did.
And you probably did too because
No, I was laughing and you got offended
well,
about that
if
too.
you laugh when I'm offended, that's offensive.
I wasn't laughing at you though. I was laughing to try and de-escalate.
Well, that does that.
It
It's not.
backfired. It just escalated.
Yes.
And then I was like, "I'll leave," and she's like, "No, don't leave." So I was like, "We got through it though, and here we are, magically, by the grace of God, we got through it super fast." And she's so past what just happened 2 hours ago. She just in her mind she's just thinking, I love this guy 100%.
I it never made me not love you.
I hope not.
That was not part of the
when do you
problem.
when do you start looking forward to Friday nights or to our weekend?
I mean, I feel like I think about it throughout the week because I'm looking at like what's happening Friday night, or if nothing's happening Friday but something's happening Saturday,
We're kind of
then
talking
I'll
about
be
it.
like, hey, maybe Friday's a chill night and Saturday's our night because this is happening and that would be fun. So I feel like I'm thinking about it throughout the week.
I'm thinking about it monthly. I'm like, okay, I got 4 Friday nights this month or whatever, and I'm like,
I
okay,
don't think about it that way at
I
all.
do. I
But
definitely do.
I think about like, okay, if we're gonna do this, what am I gonna wear then? That's what I'm thinking.
When
More short term.
so we're talking about dates. We didn't have this planned, but um, what I would say about this is that I used to not like going out. Like pretty much, I didn't like going out ever unless it was to go surfing. Right?
Right.
I was just a homebody
Yeah.
except for surfing, and I think one thing that I think I think there was a point in our relationship um, when we were doing SB Hop that was the first time I yielded like our whole relationship to be influenced by your desire.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the best thing for me. And now I see it more clearly than I don't know if I would have seen this even a year ago, but now I feel like because I let you influence me in all the ways that when we were first married, I criticized. I used to be like, oh, why do you dress up? You don't have to dress up. That's being fake and all this stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I was so critical of all that stuff. And you're like, and eventually you're like, it's who I am. I do this because I love it. It's an art. And I love makeup and I love dressing up. And it's like my artistic expression. That's what I do. That's what I love. That's how God made me. And it was like, what, like mind blown from that. I'm like, that's like totally different than what I had in my mind. But, and then after that, there was a series of a couple years where you wanted things that I didn't want. And it was had to do with your identity. And I was like, kind of critical of that. And you were starting to learn how to communicate really well. So you started really communicating the desires of your heart, and to a degree that I could understand the importance of these things to you. And so I decided, it was really hard at first to be like, okay, I'll support you in these things. And to me, it felt like we were leaving Christianity or something, because
Yeah.
I had wrapped my understanding of Christianity, or like my understanding of God, into our um I don't know, like about all these different things about, like, you have to do this and you have to look this way and you have to do that, and I had all these rules.
Mm-hmm.
And for you, and you're like the holiest person that I know, and for you to be like, I don't have those same rules that you do, it was like, wait, wait, is it okay, like, God, is it okay for her to not have the same holiness rules that I have, and she's way more holy than me, but these external things don't matter? Like, she's really challenging my understanding. And when I yielded to that, I said, okay, I'm gonna let you influence me. And I was like, I don't know, maybe we're all gonna go to hell now, whatever. And she's leading us just like Adam and Eve. It's her fault, God. It wasn't even anything significant, but I was like really concerned. And it took me like a couple months of like wrestling with God. And I think what God led me to believe, I feel like what I was receiving from God was like, part of you loving her is like allowing her to be free.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's really important to God. Like, there's so many scriptures that talk about, it was for freedom that Christ set us free. And it was, like, the truth shall set you free. And there's like
Right.
such a high value on freedom.
Right.
And I feel like I started to understand freedom from a new perspective. And it's like, almost that freedom is such a high value to God, that he, like, and it is obviously, if he puts us in the Garden of Eden with sin like crouching at the door, he's like, here's this tree, don't eat of it.
Right.
And it's like, he wants us to be free. He wants us to like
And not to
find
sin.
ourselves, not necessarily to sin,
But to be
but
free.
listen, if he's all knowing, and he knew that we were going to sin before he put the tree there or anything, then kind of he wants us to at least experience failure so that we'd become humble. I mean, that's a way of looking at it. I don't know.
Well, I think, like, I feel like I was like, who I am is, and the expression of myself is who I was created to be. And I feel like God loves to see me dress up and loves to see me put on makeup and do my hair or feel pretty or whatever. But if I was to take on that role of like being someone different,
Yeah,
that would be fake
totally.
to me, because I've never been that
Totally.
person. And I would be
You
being
you
somebody
were
different.
when you were young, though. When you were young, remember how you wouldn't speak up? That was your authentic self that was being suppressed.
Yes, but I was being suppressed back then.
So you being able to be free is your authentic self coming out. I feel like I believe that is crucial for all of us. And that's what I mean by freedom.
Right.
That's what I mean by,
and
like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. and me being able to dress up or put on makeup or be all like glammed up, even if it's like I'm going to Vaughn, so I have to get all glammed up. To me, it isn't fake.
and I've learned
It's who I am.
Yeah.
And to be like some to like not do that and go in my PJs or whatever and slippers would be like, that's not me.
Yeah. And I've learned, instead of criticizing that, to absolutely cherish it. And I love it. And every day you do that, I, how many times do I tell you you're beautiful?
Yeah, many
Every
times
day.
a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
Which
20.
that's a big shift because it
Yeah.
used to be that you were nervous.
Why are you dressing this way? Who are you going to see? Who are you trying to impress? Yeah, now I feel like we've gotten to a place of real security in our relationship too, like more than we've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes through honesty. Like the levels of honesty that we've gone through, especially in the last 8 years or so. Um, Maybe it started sooner, earlier than that. What do you think?
You mean less than 8 years?
I don't know. It's been a while that we've been really intentionally pursuing
Yeah.
honesty, and
Probably 7 or 8 years.
yeah. And that's tough. Like it's hard to have those conversations.
Especially in the beginning.
Yeah. In the beginning when there's insecurity and you're trying to be
Yeah.
honest, it's like
So
you're going to
hard.
shatter my world at every sentence.
That was really hard. That was, to me, it was like, okay, I'm risking everything to be honest. I felt like I was risking our relationship. Like,
Yeah.
but I felt like I didn't have a choice at that point. I was like, I have to. I have to bring my voice out. I have to speak up and be honest at the risk of our relationship, which was the thing that I held the most, like, I had the most, what's the word for it? Like,
Apprehension.
no, like, that I valued the most was our relationship.
Oh, yeah.
And I was willing, I was like, even if that has to be on the line, I have to speak up. And it was really terrifying.
Yeah.
But I came to that place where I was like, I need to have my voice and I need to speak, and it was really hard. And now I feel like I'm not, now those conversations are hard still, but not because I'm feeling like it would threaten our relationship. It's more like trying to control like anger and frustration and being civil and like all those kind of things, and like, can you even hear me, or and you like, can I understand him? It's hard in a different way
Yeah.
than it used to be. And when in the beginning it was like, this could rock our whole relationship, and now it doesn't feel like it would ever rock our relationship. It just is like, how are we gonna wrestle through this?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, totally. Like we've
yeah.
gotten past those initial conversations. That's one of the things that I've kind of steered some of my teachings toward in the relationship course is the vital conversations that you need to have to get to the state of security,
Right.
so that you have just perpetual, like you can get to this place where you're no longer insecure about those like unspoken things anymore, and you're past that, and I know that you're not going to leave me. You know that I'm not going to leave you. You're my first choice. I know I'm your first choice. And we're no longer questioning any of that. We just know like we're secure in each other, and we both want the exact same thing. We both want
Right.
to win this.
Right. And we want what's best for each other and
Yeah.
for ourselves.
100%.
And it's a mutual thing. But we still have to wrestle through things.
Yeah, and for me, I want what's best for you regardless of me. I have that genuinely, and like it hurts to think, like sometimes I think maybe there's a way that you could be better off without me, like with some other dude or something. but I at the same time I'm like, no, I'm the best person for you, and I'm going to be the best person for you no matter what. I'm going to work to my whole life to be that for you. And that's like my whole life. And I'm like, I don't think anyone could do, like, maybe someone could match me, but no one's going to beat me at
No.
that.
I agree. I think the same thing every day, that you're the best person for me. I don't know that I think I'm the best for you, but I think about you.
You're 100% the best for me. 100%. Well, I think that set us up for a nice evening. So that we might be done now.